Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful tools for growing your online business, lead magnets, and specifically how to create and deliver them using Kajabi. If you've been struggling to convert your website visitors into subscribers, or if you're just getting started with building your audience, this tutorial is for you. Lead magnets are the secret weapon to top creators use to rapidly grow their email lists and ultimately their revenue. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create a compelling lead magnet, set them up in Kajabi, and start turning casual visitors into eager subscribers. So let's get started. So what exactly is a lead magnet? Simply put it, it's a valuable resource for you to offer in exchange for someone's contact information. And that could be their email, that could even be their phone number for SMS text messaging. Think about it. When was the last time that you eagerly typed your email address into a generic subscribe to our newsletter box? Probably never. That's because there's no immediate value for you. Lead magnets solve the problem by offering something specific and valuable upfront. This works because they solve a real problem for your audience, deliver immediate value, position you as an expert, and build trust before you even ask for a sale. The data is backed up too. While generic subscriber forms typically convert 1 to 2%, well-crafted lead magnets convert 20 to 50% higher. That's a massive difference. As one Kajabi user shared with me, my email list grew more in a month with a targeted lead magnet than in the previous 6 months with just a newsletter sign up. But not all lead magnets perform equally well. Let's break down what makes some lead magnets irresistible. The first thing is really being specific. They solve one problem, not a general issue. The other thing is making sure that the lead magnet has quick implementation. They can be consumed and implemented very quickly. Number 3, immediate results. They deliver the customer a quick win. Number 4, unique value. They offer something people can't find easily somewhere else. And number 5, professional presentation. They look polished and valuable. So let's look at some examples of lead magnets that convert exceptionally well. Let's talk about them. Instead of saying social media guide, maybe we want to try 5 Instagram story templates that doubled my engagement in 7 days. Do you see how specific that really gets? Of course, we're talking about social media, but we're really narrowing it down to Instagram. And then we're talking about the top 5 templates that helped engagement in 7 days, which is a quick win for that potential customer. Another one, weight loss tips. This is for all my fitness gurus. Instead of weight loss tips, we could try the 3-day sugar detox plan. Reset your cravings without feeling hungry. This really talks to folks who might be wanting to detox, might be wanting to reset, might have a sugar addiction, not just anyone who's just looking to lose weight. For my business owners, you might want to create a lead magnet that's business startup guide. But in order for us to get specific, we could say the 5-step validation framework. Test your business idea without spending $1. Notice how the better versions are specific, promise quick results, and address a particular pain point that makes them convert. So let's talk about choosing your lead magnet format. There's so many different formats when it comes to lead magnets that you can decide on. The right format depends on your audience and your content style. You really want to lean into something that you're comfortable with because your audience is going to thrive off of your authenticity. So number 1, you could create a check sheet. These are perfect when your audience needs to remember a sequence or collection of items. They're also among the easiest to create. So I've created several checklists for my clients and customers, but one in particular that has done really well is the pre and post talk ritual that folks can utilize before and after a speaking engagement. So I give them my checklist, and then I've also given them a template where they can create their own. Number 2 will be templates and swipe files. These give your audience a head start by providing something that your customers can customize rather than creating from scratch. Great for saving people time. So this could be email templates. These could be swipe files of how you would write a speech. There's so many different ways that you can give people the template, and all they have to do is fill in the blank to be able to support them in their next step in their business or in their journey. Number 3 would be a mini guide. And this is a short, focused PDF guide that solves a specific problem. Aim for 5 to 10 pages max. This isn't your next ebook. This is a simple guide that takes them through solving that specific problem. Number 4 could be a video training or a VSL, a video sales letter. This is a short, high-value tutorial that teaches one specific skill. We have a video training that teaches folks how to put together a signature talk. That is one skill that they're going to get from that training, and that's all that they expect from it. You could also create quizzes, assessments. These are interactive experiences that provide personalized insight. These can be particularly engaging. I've also seen folks create calculators and tools. These are interactive resources that help people get specific answers to their questions. We have a speaker's fee calculator as our lead magnet here at Speaking for Profit University, and folks can put in information about their speaking opportunity, whether it's in person or hybrid, how much emotional labor they have to put into the engagement, if they need hair or makeup. And when they put all that information in, it will spit out a particular fee that they should be charging for their speaking engagement. That's one of our top lead magnets because it's easy to get done, it's quick, and people need it when they're planning their next speaking engagement. So these are a few different lead magnet formats that you can consider. Do me a favor, put into the comments of this video, which one are you thinking about? Which one would be particularly more interesting, more entertaining, more exciting for your audience? And which one are you comfortable creating? The key is to match the format to the problem you're solving. For example, if people need to follow a specific process, a checklist will work well for them. If they need to understand a concept, a mini guide might work better. In my experience, the simplest formats often convert the best. Please don't overcomplicate this. Well-executed one-page cheat sheet can outperform a 30-page ebook because people will actually use it. Remember that. We want them to use it, so we need to make it as easy as possible. Now let's talk about how we actually can create the lead magnet. So I'll walk you through my process, and feel free to take notes as you're building this on your own. The first thing that we want to do is we want to identify our audience's biggest pain point. What are they struggling with right now? What questions do they ask the most often? That is how we came up with the speaker fee calculator. What we looked at was, what were the questions that people normally come to us with? And a big question was, how much should I charge? Number 2, define the specific outcome. What quick win can you help them achieve? Be very clear about what they'll get. So when we were thinking about the calculator, the main thing we wanted them to get was an understanding of how much they should charge, but also on the back end, it tells them always ask for more. So we also wanted to give them permission to start negotiating and start thinking about their speaking business a little bit more critically. Once you've thought about the biggest pain point of your audience and the specific outcome, next you want to go into outlining your content. Keep it simple and actionable. Focus on the essential steps and the information. So I worked with someone to create my calculator, the speaker fee calculator, and we literally sat down and thought about what were all the questions that went into planning a speaking engagement. And that was pretty simple and easy for me because I work with speakers and consultants quite often. So putting those questions down were easy. Not overcomplicating it was the difficult part, right? We didn't want to go too deep. We wanted just some really baseline questions, and we didn't want a calculator that took people 15 minutes to complete. We wanted something that took them 3 to 5 minutes. So actually we wrote out a lot more and had to simplify it to really make sure that it fit for our audience. Once you've done that, you're going to create your lead magnet, and you can use tools like Canva. I've used Google Docs. PowerPoint is a great place to design as well. Or if you have a designer on your team or someone that you trust, you can hire them to build that out for you. You want it to look polished and professional, and these tools can support you in doing that. Once you've created it on Canva or your favorite graphic design software, you want to add in your own personal branding. Make it look professional with your brand colors, your logo, and consistent styling. If you have another lead magnet, they should look like siblings, right? So we want to make sure that the branding is consistent. So now that we've talked a little bit about creating your lead magnet, I want to show you an example of one that I have, which is our speaker fee calculator. So this is our speaker fee calculator. And the reason I want to show you as an example, this is a simple landing page, right? This isn't something we had to create in Canva. So you could just utilize the design studio and the creator studio that we have here on Kajabi. This is created on Kajabi to create this simple calculator and questions. Now on the back end, I have it connected through another system that actually pulls in the data, but this is all built into Kajabi. So speaker fee calculator, how to determine what you should charge. We have a really strong headline so that people know what they're going to get out of it. Excited to share with you this speaker fee calculator that we custom built to help you determine the best place for you to begin negotiating for your speaker fees, right? So we're already planting that seed around negotiation. And then what people do is they go through here, they answer the questions, right? Let's just go through really quickly so you can see what it looks like on the back end. We're getting some demographic information from them for the lead magnet. Name. This is so we can follow up with them later on. Email. So it gave me a price, right? It says, thank you for utilizing my speaker for profit fee calculator. According to information, my recommendation fee for this is $4,175, right? But then here we have a thank you video, and this talks a little bit more about joining the 5 days to 5-figure speaking gigs challenge, which is totally great because we're taking them into a next opportunity, right? If you have a speaker's fee, join this challenge to be able to increase your revenue. And that's how you want to have it set up. You want to have it set up where you have a thank you page afterwards and that they get their information as soon as possible. So now let's get into the technical and practical advice. Like, how do we create a lead magnet on Kajabi? So I want to do a quick walkthrough so you can see how this is set up and get to creating. So the first thing you'll do is you'll go over to products, and then you're going to create a new product. For this product, we're going to create a download because this is what the lead magnet will be. We'll title it Top 5 Ways to Say No in Business. That's something folks need to work on. This is a guide on practicing setting clear boundaries in business, right? If you wanted to include a thumbnail, you could as well. We're going to just leave that open for now. And then you would upload your file here. We'll just upload something for testing sake, right? Upload your file. Then you decide if it's free or paid. Since this is a lead magnet and we want folks to get access to it, it's going to be free. And now this product has been created, right? So now we have the product created. Now we need to actually create the page that will be utilized for folks to get it. So we're going to go over to websites, and then we're going to go to landing pages. And we are going to create a new landing page. And we're going to go down because we do have some opt-in pages right here, right? And we could select one of these templates and give it quite a few. So we'll choose this one. We're going to name it Say No, right? Because it's our Say No guide. And we could rename this headline. This is actually a graphic. So we will need to put in a new graphic. It's like a PNG. So we'll just leave this because it says limited time only. I think that's a great way to share. And then we could put in here, let's say, no guide for business. Right, update our headline. And then here would be a form, right? We haven't created our form yet. So we'll just save here. And then we can come back and once we create it. What you can do here on this left-hand side is go to edit forms. This is going to take you to all the forms that you've created, but we're going to create one particularly for folks who want to download the Say No guide. And then we're going to do a double opt-in to make sure it's safe and improves it being delivered to them. We're going to send a custom confirmation so that they do the double opt-in. Confirm subscription will be great. We're getting their name, first name, and their email. We're also going to add in, what I like to add in is at least the last name, because there's so many folks who have similar first names. I just find this easier to keep up with, and we'll just move that up. So name, first name, last name. The other thing that you can also collect, because Kajabi does have SMS that they're incorporating into the platform, you could do a phone number as well. Most folks answer a little bit more to phone and text sometimes, and even an email, because we're so bombarded with that. The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we save, because we got to keep saving on these type of platforms. We want to add in some automation, and what I love to add in is an email. So once people sign up for the guide, they'll get the email. So you could just say, here is the Say No business guide. Right? Something, and then a very warm email that you could put here. Just telling them congratulations on getting it, getting access to the guide, any other information. So what will happen is when folks sign up for this, they'll immediately get that email. So we'll save that. And then we'll go back over to our website design and our landing page so that we can add that in. So what we'll do is they will get the Say No, right, form. We just created. That's the form that they'll be completing. So remember, we put first name, last name, email, phone number. So they'll get that. And then we'll send them over to, they'll get a downloaded file after that. So this is where we can upload our file again, right? So that they have access to it. And I'll show you why we're doing both of these. So we'll upload the file again so they have access to it. All right, so when they click here, they'll be able to download that file. And then we just save. Perfect. So this should be ready to go. The only thing that we need to do now is to go back, and you see it's in draft. We need to make sure that it will be published. And they'll be able to get the download. So the reason that we also created the download is what we can do is, let's go back to forms, right? Because you might want this person, they can get it on that page, but sometimes people forget it. So we want to make sure that they have access to it. So if we go over to marketing and we go down to forms, we go back over to the Say No guide. What we can do also as an automation is when they sign up, we grant them an offer. And that can be the top 5 ways to say no. And then they'll get that offer email, right? They'll also get access to the download beyond just on that page so that they get an email for it as well. And then this wraps up the process of creating the lead magnet. So let's go back to the page so you can see it and we can try it out a bit. If we go back to websites and then go to landing page, we'll click over here and then we can preview the guide that we created. We put our first name, last name, email, phone number, bam, get your guide. And then that's the download that we put in there. So it immediately downloaded in and gave us access to the download, which is right now just the thumbnail that I've created. So we talked a lot about the power of creating an effective lead magnet. And an effective lead magnet is a small investment you can make into your business growth by offering specific, valuable solutions to your audience problems. Go build a list of engaged subscribers who are primed to become customers. Remember, the goal isn't just to get their email addresses or their phone numbers. It's to start the relationships with the right people who can benefit from what you offer. And if you're ready to start creating your own lead magnets with Kajabi, I have a special offer for you. Click the link in the description to get started with Kajabi's extended 30-day free trial. And you'll also receive a complimentary strategy call with me where we can map out your perfect lead magnet strategy. Don't miss this opportunity to get personalized support and guide on creating your own lead magnet that will convert. Just click the link to start the free trial. Thank you so much for using your most valuable resource with me, which is your time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.